What's the difference between someone who makes $30,000 a year and someone who makes $10 million a year? The biggest difference between them is the difference in thinking. And it is also a difference in habits based on that thought. From this difference in thinking or habits, someone becomes rich and someone becomes poor. Today, I will introduce you to the 9 worst habits of poor people. Habits of poor people. 1. They like fortune telling. Poor people love and enjoy fortune telling. If the fortune is good, they are happy and blindly believe in it, and if it is bad, they are afraid that something bad will actually happen. But in fact, the act of fortune telling itself is not a bad thing. The problem lies in the attitude of accepting the results. You will hear countless times in your life that positive thinking is important. However, if you observe the mindset of real rich people, you will learn something new. The fact that positive thinking is thinking in your own favor soon. Rather than clinging to uncertain fortunes and thinking about good times and bad times, the power to interpret everything that happens as A+ is the mindset of a successful person. It is important to pave the way with your own actions. If you change the saying that everything is fate to a different perspective, everything will be up to you. Habit of poor people. 2. Stingy with reactions in human relationships. Poor people do not listen to others and do not react appropriately. Humans want everyone to like them and not hate them. But if you get caught up in it and save reactions to others in order to enhance your own charm, it can cause the opposite effect. Successful rich people know how to increase their attractiveness in a very simple way. It is to nod your head and listen to what others have to say. It looks easy at first glance, but it is surprisingly difficult until it becomes a habit. Even if you think you are listening and accepting, you suddenly find yourself not. No matter how small it is, don't save the expression of gratitude and joy for what others do for you. Even simple words like "thank you so much" or "I was touched" are to be expressed from the bottom of my heart. If you put your heart into it, you will feel the difference from the other person's reaction. This is the simplest and most actionable way to please the other person. Habit of poor people. 3. Run after thinking. A poor person thinks for a long time before starting something and then executes it. They have so many miscellaneous thoughts that they rarely start or give up. On the other hand, rich people are said to think at the same time as they act. People who have to succeed no matter what they do say that they are quick to put into action under any circumstances. And the moment you start moving, you refer to all situations and reactions, and if things don't go well, you correct them in a different direction and gradually add momentum in the direction that works. The reason poor people worry is the fear of failure. In fact, those who act will surely gain something. Even if it ends in failure, at least you learn. He who takes no action never fails, but gains nothing but regret. Even if you feel incapable at this point, nothing will start unless you take action. Start with what you can. It's important to take a step. Habit of poor people. 4. They don't care about their appearance. Poor people tend not to care about appearances or appearances. Besides that, there may be too many things to worry about, and the situation or circumstances may not be suitable. But the important thing here is that decorating your appearance doesn't mean dressing up with expensive brands. A successful person cares about appearance. Just as we imagine the flesh of a desirable fruit before peeling it off, people often look at the outside and imagine the inside. The outer appearance is the expression of the outermost part of the inside, and you can see what kind of heart a person has by looking at the outside. It's good even if it's not an expensive brand. If you want to go up to a higher place than you are now, it is better to maintain a clean and sophisticated appearance and an outfit that can represent your personality or value. Habit of poor people. 5. Can't stand loneliness. Some poor people cannot stand loneliness. That's why I don't make gaps by breaking up my schedule by minute and filling it in tightly, or making appointments unreasonably. However, if you fill your schedule with no margins, you cannot make the opportunity yours when something really important is right in front of you. Successful people ask themselves these questions before making a schedule. Is this schedule really necessary? Isn't it a schedule that was forced into it because you don't like being lonely? Does it make your heart flutter just thinking about it? A successful person thinks that the process of making a schedule is an essential process to lead a prosperous life. Try to keep my mind free in both work and private life. By doing so, you will be able to unleash great power when a really important opportunity presents itself. Please always remember that empty time symbolizes peace of mind and is rather a necessity to do your job well. Habit of poor people. 6. Stay close to negative people. Poor people don't know how to cut off even if there are people who say negative things to them or lower their self-esteem. It is true that human relationships are important, but it is not helpful to keep close to someone who harms you. The most dangerous of all self-destructive things is to be close to negative people. There are good people around people who make money well, who accept everything and say, it's okay, even if they talk about meaningless things or go through unsightly failures. It's about having people close to you who will lift you higher. Successful people don't step into a world of criticism. Imagine hearing 100 words in a day, 10 of which are lightheartedly positive, and the other 90 are dark and negative. If negative expressions exceed positive ones, even if you wish in your heart, I want to be happy, your heart will inevitably be negative. What you hear and say can make a big difference in what happens in your life. A successful person knows how to strictly judge and filter not only the words he expresses himself, but also the words he hears around him. If you understand the power of positive words and know how to use them properly, wealth and success will come by itself. Habit of poor people 7. Being obsessed and never giving up. A poor man is obsessed with something and believes that if he never gives up, he will succeed someday. Of course, it is true that you will succeed only if you do not give up, but if it becomes an obsession, the problem will change. Tenacity and obsession are different things. It's true that rich people don't give up. However, there is one condition here. Right away, don't give up only when the beginning is good. When rich people judge that the possibility is surprisingly small, they immediately fold their minds and withdraw without regret. You don't waste your time obsessing over the unlikely. What highly successful people have in common is that they value cost-effectiveness for their efforts. Thoroughly identify the unlikely or unnecessary, leaving only a few and letting go of the rest without hesitation. When you let go of the burden you're holding on to, you can focus on the things that really matter. Remember the fact that the person who attracts money and success has the power of choice and concentration to focus on precious things while thoroughly looking at themselves. Poor people habit 8. They like must. Poor people like must. They often charge themselves or others with the words you must do this. However, if you pursue only one answer, must, you deny everything except for one option. Also, insisting on a single correct answer can lead to quarrels. The important thing is to change the way you look at a situation outside the box of thinking that most people would consider common sense. Get out of the perspective of this must be done, listen carefully to the opinions of the people around you, and accept and appreciate various opinions, saying, there was a way like that. There is flexibility in the mindset of successful people. You need flexibility in your mind as well as your body. A person with a flexible mindset has no choice but to make things work out. Habit of poor people 9. They use age as an excuse. A poor person often says something like, I'm old now, and it's no use trying so hard now. It is an attitude of giving up and rationalizing challenges using age as an excuse. Of course, there may be times when you feel like giving up because your stamina declines as you get older or because of various circumstances. But a well-paid person, no matter what the circumstances, doesn't make the mistake of falling into average thinking, which is likely to happen at that age. The important thing is whether or not you want to do it yourself, and whether it is possible or impossible should be judged after trying it first. Even though you are old, you are maintaining your youthful mind. The mind can be kept young by way of thinking. Conversely, only the heart can grow old quickly. People who make money actively practice how to live regardless of age. It's about not losing your curiosity. Always be interested in something and actively look for something you don't know. Always remember what Douglas MacArthur said. As you get older, your skin will have wrinkles, but as long as you don't lose interest in the world, you won't have wrinkles in your mind. Here are 9 of the worst habits of poor people. Before ending the video, I would like to say one more thing. Dream an absurdly big dream. Inside these days, dreams are vain and are dismissed as absurd words. Very few people find their dreams and achieve them as prevalent. People who attract wealth and success tell you to dream outrageously big dreams. There are people who are weighed down by their own weight, saying, you have to have a dream, and there are people who struggle with compulsion, saying, dreams are something you must absolutely achieve. But think about it this way. A dream is something that makes this moment better, whether or not it can be achieved. Successful people reveal and declare their dreams to those around them. According to a book that researched the way of thinking of people who actually do well, there were many people who reap great success who convey their dreams to others. Enjoy the process of declaring I will definitely become like this and then trying to make it come true. Even if someone laughs at your dream, take pride in it being a dream so big that ordinary people can't understand it, and turn their laughter into your own energy. People who are closer to wealth and success have their own central axis and dream big dreams. Despite knowing the ridicule of others, he confidently declares it, discovers people who support him in the crowd, gains allies, and walks the path. Walt Disney said this. All goals can be achieved if we have the courage to pursue our dreams. Do people who make $10 million or $100 million a year become rich because they work much harder than others, have great mental strength, and possess special abilities? There is no such person in the world. A successful person is an ordinary person who does not put in dozens of times more effort than others and has mental strength and abilities similar to others. If there is a difference between them, there is only one thing, that is the difference in thinking. Did you find this video helpful? If it was helpful, please like and subscribe and share this video with your loved ones. I will come back with a more informative video. Thank you. Thanks for watching.